What's up, Facebook world? It is your girl Mindy C coming at you, and I'm gonna make a sweet treat, a very sweet treat. And if you are live with me, you'll see that red live button up in the corner. Drop me a 1. If you're on the replay, drop me a 2. And if you want to follow me, tap my face and then 3 little buttons up there, and then I'll give you the option to follow me if you want to catch me on my lives. So I am Mindy from Michigan, and I am going to make a chocolate roll cake. Now this is a big bang, you guys. Hey Lisa, hey Robin, how are you doing? Hey Bill, thanks for tuning in. So this is a fairly easy cake to make, but this is a very, very high fat cake, okay? So we're gonna slice this after it's done. You're gonna slice it into slices and divide it, but it is very high fat and it is low carb. But the whole idea is you're gonna slice it into smaller slices, and it's gonna be a treat for like 1 or 2 slices in a day, if that. But super easy, let's get at it. Chocolate roll cake tonight. You need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Hey D Van Camp, how are you? Hey Paul, how are you doing? Oh, dark chocolate with almonds, yum. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm making this roll cake. And if anybody's seen it in my stories, I made it a few days ago. It's so good. It is so good, but you have to be careful with it because it's got a lot of fat in it, a lot. So first off, preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and you'll need a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Super easy. First, we're gonna put the dry ingredients in the bowl. So I've got 1 cup of almond flour going in. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna set this stuff over the side. You need 1/4 cup of cocoa powder or cacao. Whatever one you have will work. So unsweetened cocoa powder, I'm putting 1/4 cup of that in there. All right, put this in the bowl. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. And you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So first we want to put all the dry ingredients in the bowl, and then we're going to mix them up to incorporate all the dry ingredients. And then we'll put the wet ingredients in there. And then we'll also need a teaspoon of xanthan gum. So xanthan gum is your binder. So when you're using almond flour, that almond flour likes to break apart. So this will help kind of keep that together because we are rolling this. And it does split a little bit, but after a while, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. And then you'll also need, I'm using Lakanto granular, so you'll need a 1/4 cup of that in there as well. Chocolate roll cake tonight. Super duper 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 delicious, you guys. And this would be great if you're making it for a party, but you know, you got to be careful with it because it's got a lot of fat in it, like I said. But it is delicious. It is delicious. Okay, so there's my dry ingredients. Almond flour, cocoa, xanthan gum, baking powder, and make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, that's it. So I'm just going to stir that in. You want to make sure you get the lumps out of the almond flour because sometimes the almond flour is lumpy. And make sure that you get an almond flour that's super fine. So this says finely sifted. This one's Blue Diamond. I bought this one at Sam's Club. Costco has one too that's really good. They're Kirkland brand. But some of the almond flours are, they're more coarse. So you want to be careful when you're making recipes because sometimes you can get like gritty outcome. So you want to make sure you go for that super fine almond flour. So a lot of them make them super fine, but you have to just watch the packaging because sometimes, and just look at it. If you can kind of see if it's coarse or not. Hey Sherry, how are you doing? Hey Doreen. Hey Scott, how are you doing? Hey Carrie. I'm making a chocolate roll cake tonight. I'm just blending the dry ingredients. It's almond flour, sugar replacement, baking powder, and what else did I put in there? Cocoa powder and xanthan gum. Okay, so that's it for the dry ingredients. Next, and you're going to need a mixer too. You're going to need a mixer. So I got that back there. That's okay. So you're gonna need 3 eggs, and I'm just gonna start cracking these right into the bowl. Make sure I don't get no eggshells. I can't even think tonight. What time is it? It's 9:13 here in Michigan. I'm in Michigan. For those of you that are out of state here, I'm in Michigan. 3 eggs are going into the bowl with the dry ingredient. Oh shit! Hold on a second. Okay, I got an eggshell in there. Oh man, hold on. Let me grab it out of here. Jeez, oh Pete, are you kidding me right now? Okay, I got it. All right, let's try to do, there. Hold on a second. Another egg, no eggshells. All right, we're good. So 3 eggs, and then you'll need 4 tablespoons of softened butter. So that's going in there. Got to open up that garbage can. And then you'll also need 1/4 cup of sour cream. So I got my measuring cup right here. So if you're wondering what 1/4 cup, so 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons. So that's what a 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons. So 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup, just in case you don't have any measuring dishes. So 4 tablespoons will work. So that is 2 servings of sour cream. And then also you need 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. That's going in there. Just like that. Pour that in there. And you'll also need a teaspoon of vanilla. Let me open that up. Okay, that is a teaspoon. And that goes in there. Did I forget anything? Nope, that's it. And now we're going to mix it up. I'm going to get my blender. Let's mix it up. And it doesn't take too long to mix it up. It's fairly fast. And this is a thicker cake batter, so be patient with it. Be patient. And that is it. All right. Let me just plop those because we're going to need to wash those and because I'm going to need them afterwards. Okay, so that's about what it's going to look like. Just like that. I'm going to get me a spatula out here and I'm just going to go around that and just mix it up just a little bit more and make sure I got everything. So just make sure everything's incorporated. It doesn't take long to mix up. And then you get this batter. And then what we're going to do, let me move this crap out of the way. Hold on a second. All right, so now we're going to get our cookie sheet. So this is where the tricky part is. So you can have a bowl of water. I'm going to get a bowl of water because you need something to wet down this spatula because it's a sticky batter. So I'm going to put that right there, move that out of the way. I'm going to get the cookie sheet, and again, this is going to bake for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees. And what we're going to do is we are going to spread the batter almost the whole width of the whole cookie sheet. That is what we're going to do. And when I put this in the oven, we're going to make the frosting, and the frosting is what is the high fat. The frosting is, but it's a delicious, 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 delicious cake. So it's kind of like a fat bomb. So when you cut it up, it's going to be like a fat bomb, but it's really, really good. Super good. So don't get alarmed by like all the fat that's going to go in there. So as long as you don't eat the whole thing, you'll be okay. So once you slice it and you have like a slice of it for a treat, that's going to be fine. So then let me get another spatula here. I'm going to scrape that off, and then I'm just going to wet my spatula in water, and then we're just going to spread it out. And again, it's sticky, and you want to get it even, so you want to get it as even as possible. So we're just going to spread it out, and again, be patient with it. The parchment paper moves. Just hold the parchment paper while you're spreading it on. You can even put dollops down. Hey, Lisa, thank you for sharing, Lisa. Hey, Heather, how are you doing? I'm making a chocolate roll cake tonight. We're going to roll out. So, and it's super easy, but it's, make it when you have some time because Again, this batter is sticky, and oh my God, I just put a dirty spoon in there. I'm gonna have to clean that out now. Crikey. So I'm gonna put some more water, and you could even spray it with some cooking spray. You just need something to wet it down so that batter doesn't stick to the spatula while you're spreading it out. And get it as even as you can. So you want it all kind of level. I haven't figured out how to do it where other than this way to spread it out nice and even. But this works just fine. This is the hardest part right here. And you just keep wetting your spoon. If it gets sticky, I suppose I've even got my hands in there before, and it's sticky on my hands too. So just wet the spoon down and just spread it out just as good as you can. I don't know. I'm sorry if I missed any of your comments. Thank you for sharing, Heather. I appreciate that. Sharing is caring. If you guys can know anybody that can get some values out of these videos, these low-carb videos, go ahead and share them out. Because I cook good foods. I cook real good foods. I eat good. I'm a dirty keto eater. So I've been doing keto for 1.5 years. And I try to find the easiest, best recipes that I can, the most delicious ones. So I tend to stick to easy because I have a busy life. And I want to cook stuff quick. But this one will take a little bit. This is the longest part right here, spreading this batter out. So you just want to make sure it's all even. So just make sure you don't have any holes in the bottom of it, and get it to the edge of that cookie sheet. Eat the best you can do it. I'm impatient, so I want to rush with it. So if you've got the time to be patient with it, that would be great, the great thing. But I like to rush. So, and it doesn't have to be super perfect. You just want it level. So if anybody's got any idea, let me see, would it work if you put another piece of, I don't know. I didn't want to try that, June. I didn't want to put a piece of parchment paper on top of it because I was afraid it was going to stick. I guess you could spray it. But I was thinking about that. So I didn't want to do that on camera because I didn't want to have to scrape a whole bunch of batter off the top of a parchment paper. So, and again, so just make sure you kind of get it as close to the edge of the cookie sheet as you can, because you want as much cake as you can, because you're going to slice it. So you want to get enough. Like I made one and I got 21 slices out of it. So it ended up being about 1.6 carbs per slice, which was good. And then it would be around 15 grams of fat. So these are kind of like a fat bomb cake thingy. So that's what I like about them, because we want our extra fat. And if you're wondering how to do the macros, most tracking devices you can quick add. So if you know the carbs, the proteins, the fats, you can quick add and add your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And so if you know something has 2 carbs, 10 proteins, 10 grams of fat, then you can quick add and just put your protein grams, fat grams, and carb grams in that way. So you can quick add it. So you don't have to always know the exact label or anything. What you need to know is the exact proteins, fats, and carbs, and then you can quick add those in there. So you don't need the other nutrients to be added in. So that's it right there. I think that looks good. I'm just going to put I'm going to spread a little more over on this edge right here. And because you just want it even. Let me see. Hey, Hella, how are you doing? Yes, I will write the recipe down for sure. I've got that written down. But again, I did the fat grams and everything. This has a lot of fat grams in it. So there we go. So you just want to get it as close to the edge, and then you're going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes. We're going to do about 13 minutes though. We're going to do about 13 minutes. Let me start that. And let's get on with the frosting. Okay, where's my bowl? Where's my bowl at? All right, got it. Okay, so you need a new bowl. New bowl. And, oh, hold on a second. I gotta wash my beaters up real fast. Gotta wash these beaters up. I only got one set. Hold on. I'm coming. Because we're gonna use the beater on the frosting too. So that looks like it's. Make sure it's good. Shake it off, shake it off. Let me get these dried real quick. Okay, so for the frosting, super easy. This is where your fat's coming in. So don't freak out because you are going to spread it out. So you are going to spread it out. So you're going to need to soften a stick of butter or 8 tablespoons because I know over like in the UK they don't know a stick. So we call it a stick of butter over here in the States, which is equivalent to 8 tablespoons. So you need 8 tablespoons of softened butter. That's going into the bowl. You need 1 softened block of cream cheese. That's going into the bowl. Let me get that off there. And you'll also need another 1/4 cup of sour cream. That's going in there. Don't freak out, it's delicious. I know, sour cream in the frosting, it's good. So another 1/4 cup. That's going into the bowl. Now this is the frosting. Super, super yummy. And now I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of powdered swerve. Let me open this up. Let me get a measuring cup. Hold on, I gotta find a... Okay, so 1/2 cup of the swerve or whatever sugar replacement that you want. So I've got, my favorite is, this is my favorite, monk fruit sweetener. I don't really care for the swerve too much, but that's what I got. So, and you can also, my friend Denise, she made her own powdered sugar. All you have to do is take this powdered sugar and put it in like one of those blender things and it makes powdered sugar. Like, so I don't got quite 1/2 of a cup, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Wait, hold on. There's a little bit more in there. Let me get that in there. And then also you'll need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So that is it. So the frosting is cream cheese, butter, sugar replacement, sour cream, and vanilla. That's all for the frosting. And then what we're going to do with this frosting is you spread it on the whole cake. And then we're going to roll it up. That is it. Let me get my handy dandy mixer here. Let me see. Hey, Jillian, how are you doing? Thanks for sharing, Jilly. Hey, Lori, thank you for sharing. Let me see if I missed any questions. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Doreen. Hey, Deanna. Put another piece of, I know, that parchment paper over top, I'm going to have to try that. I'll try that. But it's a really sticky cake batter. Really sticky. All right, just seeing if I missed. Hey, Uncle Gary, what's going on? Hey, Carl. Missed the beginning. What are, Barbara, I am making a chocolate roll cake. So it's kind of like a Swiss roll, like, you know, Swiss roll cakes that you can get from Little Debbie. It's kind of like that. But a bigger one, and then you'll slice it. So a chocolate roll cake is what I'm making. So that's what's in the oven right now. That's baking the roll cake. And now I'm just going to mix up this frosting, which was cream cheese, butter, and vanilla, sour cream, and powdered sugar. That is it. And it doesn't take long to mix up. Turn your blender. Whoa. There we go. Hold on. There we go. This doesn't take long to mix up either. It's really fast. So you want to get all those ingredients blended together. Mix it up. That feels good. There we go. All right. And that is it. That is it for the frosting. And it is super good. This frosting is really good. And again, it's a very high fat, but you're going to divide all the slices. Again, there is about 323 grams of fat in this whole cake. So yeah, don't freak out because again, you're going to slice it into slices. So once I sliced it into 21 slices, it was like 15 grams of fat and 1.6 carbs. And what was the protein? The protein was about, I think, 4 or 5 protein grams per piece also. So again, now if you cut your slices bigger, you're going to divide those numbers into that. So I got about 21 slices out of mine. So, so you can slice them thinner. So you don't have to slice them. Again, this is just a little sweet treat. This isn't something that you make a big old piece and eat it. If you want to, you can. I'm not the boss of you, but you can totally do that. But that is what the frosting looks like, just like that. And it's absolutely delicious. And then we're just gonna wait. It's got about 8 more minutes to cook in the oven there, but that's okay. So if anybody has any questions, I can answer some questions because I wanna show you guys. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Why aren't you watching the Trump? I don't know. I haven't been on the TV all day, Josie. And hey, Teresa, what's going on? Let me see if I missed any questions. Let me scroll up. Here you go. Hey, Jane, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hey, Autumn. Watching from Calgary, Alberta. Nice to see you, Amy. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Jane. Hey, Lori. Hey, Shay. How are you doing? So I just made a chocolate roll cake, and it's in the oven. And to go over the ingredients, I'll go over the ingredients if you're just tuning in. I'm making it's like a flat chocolate cake, and then I'm going to spread this cream cheese goodness on it, and then you roll it up carefully, and then you put it in the refrigerator for about an hour, and then you cut it into slices. So super good. So for the chocolate cake part, I used 1 cup of almond flour. I used 1/4 cup of cocoa powder or cacao powder. Either one will work. I used 1/4 cup of Lakanto or whatever granular sweetener that you have works. So your favorite brand. I like Lakanto. Monk fruit is my favorite. And I used 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I used 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 3 eggs, and a teaspoon of xanthan gum, and a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. So that was what went in the cake, and you put your dry ingredients in first. So the almond flour, the cocoa powder, the sugar replacement, the baking powder, and the xanthan gum, and then you mix that all together, and then you put your eggs, your vanilla. Oh yeah, and 4 tablespoons of butter also went into the cake part. So I forgot the butter part. The butter's the best part, right? So there's like 12 tablespoons of butter that goes into this whole recipe. So again, you know, this isn't something that you're gonna make a big old piece and eat a big old piece. It's something that, you know, you can have a sweet treat every now and then because you're not getting all those sweet treats. So this is what works. And it'll work great for a party too. So if you're gonna have a party and nobody would ever, this cake is delicious. I'm telling you right now, you need to try it. You need to try it. Oh yeah, and sour cream. I put sour cream in there. And then for the frosting was the easy part. Cream cheese, butter, sour cream, vanilla, and some powdered sugar replacement. So you can also use powdered in the cake batter too if you wanted. If you had powdered instead of granular, you can also do that. I do it all the time. So you can use, I'd prefer to use powdered because it's already powdered and it melts good. So yeah. So yes, Dina, it's going to be, can you take monk and put it in a blender? Yes. Yes, Anne. Actually, one of my friends, Denise, did that. She did a live on it, actually. She took monk fruit because that's one of her favorite brands. And then she's got one of those, like, I think it's like a bullet blender where you screw it on. And she put this in there and she pulsed it. And because powdered sugar is powdered sugar. So it is exactly what it is. So you don't even have to go out and buy powdered sugar. You can just take your regular sugar and put it in your bullet or whatever will grind it up and it'll pulsate and make it powdered sugar. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I watched her live. And so now I know that. So I've got a couple bags of this. I just don't know how I'm gonna pulse it up. But Yeah, so I did not know that at all until I watched her live video, and I was like, no way. Yeah, powdered sugar. Who knew? Like, it is powdered sugar. I guess I'm like, what is powdered sugar? It is actually granular sugar, and they just powder it. That's it. So don't buy powdered sugar. Just get the granulars, and you can do that with regular sugar too. So all you need to do is take regular sugar and then put it in that little bullet thing, and then make your own powdered sugar. That easy. That super easy. Hey Kristen, how are you doing? Nice to see you in here. So I've got a chocolate roll cake in the oven. Super duper easy. Super duper easy to make. This is a very high fat cake. But I don't indulge in sweet treats too often on the keto lifestyle, just because I don't really care for it too much, but I do like my sweet treats every now and then. I tend to if I have them around, I eat too many of them. That's why I don't like them around. So, and this cake is one of those things where I woke up for breakfast and I had a piece, and then I had a slice for lunch, and then I had another slice. So that's why I don't like to make that stuff and have it around, because I can't control myself. Even though I've been doing this lifestyle for a year and a half, I still have crappy eating habits. I still do. So I don't trust myself. That's why I track my stuff. I stay diligent. I buy all the things that I need in my house. And oh, let me see. Oh, so if anybody's, there's this bread called Solo right here. So they sell this in Michigan, Meyer. So if anybody needs Sola, this has 3 carbs per slice. So this would be a great option for you to make a sandwich. And if you're just using the bread as your carbs, that would only be 6 grams if you use 2 slices. They're smaller pieces. So I don't dabble in buying the breads, but every now and then I do. So I bought a couple loaves, and I'm going to just stick them in the freezer. And then I'll use them. Every once in a while I'll make a grilled cheese sandwich with it. But I also have a recipe where you don't have to use, where it's even lower carb than that, made from like eggs and heavy whipping cream and almond flour too. So I've made a grilled cheese that way also. So, but if you're the bread person, like, you know, they make those low carb breads and 0 carb breads at Aldi's. They have them at, they had them at Costco. Oh, I know one more thing. I got to tell you guys something. Okay. Oh, there he goes. Hold on a second. Let me grab the cake real quick. Okay. Oh! Jeez, oh, Pete. Okay. So, when it comes out of the oven, it's going to look all bumpy and everything, but it will flatten out. So as it cools down, because you're going to need this slightly cooled, I'm going to pull it off. But all that puffiness, don't get alarmed that it puffed up like that. It's going to flatten out. So let me get a wrap, and then I'm going to bring it back over. But I wanted to show you guys something real quick, because I don't know where my healthy noodles are. All right. So, am I missing them? Am I missing them? Okay, so they're not in the box. Okay. All right. So, I use these healthy noodles, right? So, I buy these at Costco. I made chicken parmesan with them last night, and I was talking about them. So, when I went to Costco the first time and got these healthy noodles, they were at the end of the aisle wait in dry storage. Well, I couldn't find them today. So I'm like, where are they at? Well, now they're in the refrigerated section. So these need to be refrigerated. So the first time that I bought them at Costco, they did not have them refrigerated. So these need to be refrigerated. So if anybody's seen my lives on that and you buy them and you're looking for them at Costco, look in the refrigerated section, because I got them in the dry section the first time. They must have made a mistake, but it says right on the package, keep refrigerated. So I didn't know that. I kept them in my cupboard and they were fine, so I didn't get sick or anything. But just to let you guys know, if you're looking for those things at Costco, they are in the refrigerated section. They weren't the first time, and I was looking for them today, and I was like, man, good thing I didn't get sick from that crap. All right, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to mix that frosting up so I can bring that cake. Let me get I got to get my rack. So I'm going to get my rack, and I'm going to go grab this cake, because we want it to be slightly cool. Okay, so you don't want it to cool all the way. So I just picked it up on the parchment paper right here. So we're just gonna slightly cool this. And you can even press it down with your hands and it flattens right out. So it puffs up a little bit. This is the first time I made it and I was like, what the hell is that? And you know, how am I gonna roll this up when it's all bumpy? But it flattened right out. So as it cools down, it flattens out. So, I mean, and I'm not gonna keep you here like completely the whole time it cools down. I'm just gonna give it cool a little bit. Hey Sandy, how's it going? Hey Sean, how are you doing? Hey Enrique. Hey Michelle, how are you doing? You bought the one from Costco. It's really good. Which one? What did you buy? The healthy noodles. The healthy noodles are delicious too. So the healthy noodles that I just showed you have 2 carbs for the whole package. So, and I was wrong on the price too. So the healthy noodles come in the refrigerated section at Costco, not the dry section. The first time I bought them, they obviously made a mistake and put them on the edge of the aisleway instead of the refrigerated section. And then, so one whole bag has 2 carbs in it. So there's 2 servings per bag. So there's only 2 carbs in this whole bag. Yep, so there's 5 carbs and 4 dietary fibers. Subtract the dietary fibers, you get 1 carb. You get 6 bags in a box, and they were $14, $14.99. So that's less than $3 a package. And you can replace this with your for your pasta. So you can make, you know, spaghetti. You can make chicken Alfredo. You can make pasta salad with like vegetables and antipasto salad. So that's the first one that I found that is the best one that I have found. All right. What are they made from? They're made from, they are made from soybean fiber, cellulose, sodium alginate, yam, konjac powder, and calcium chloride salt. That's it. Really nothing, but they're good. So, nothing that's going to hurt you, not that I know of. They were made in Japan, but they taste good. That's all that matters. Okay, so we got it warm enough. I've got it warm enough. So now all I'm going to do, I'm going to grab another cookie sheet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab another cookie sheet. I'm going to put this on there because it's easier to spread on the cookie sheet. Just like that. So chocolate roll cake tonight, you guys. Here we go. Hello, Yvonne. How are you doing? Thank you, Barbara. Hello, Brandy from Alaska. How are you doing? Nice to see you. So if you're just tuning in, I'm making a chocolate roll cake, and this is a high-fat cake. Low carb, high fat. So when you're on the keto lifestyle, we are all about the fat. So you want to have your fat grams up to 75% of your calorie intake. So you set your calories and then you figure out your 75% fats, 20% proteins, and 5% carbs. That's the lifestyle. That's what you need to follow. So, so we're all about the fats. So your body is a fat for fuel. So it's not that your body is burning fuel or fat, which it eventually does. What it means is that your energy is coming from fat. So you can either be a glucose for energy or you can be a fat for energy. So you can't be either or. You can't go in and out of it. It won't work. So you either have to utilize your body as using fat for fuel or utilize your body as using glucose for fuel. So whatever one you want. So, you know, a lot of athletes will do glucose. And anymore, though, a lot of athletes are going to the high fat because of the ketones that your body produces, because it's better mood, better energy, better focus. All of that good stuff happens when your body goes into a natural state of ketosis. What happens is most people, it's hard for people to go into ketosis. You know, so you have to be very diligent on your tracking your macros in order for your body to go in. And the only really true way to tell if your body's into a state of ketosis is if you have a blood ketone meter. So I have one of those. They have pee strips. Those don't work. Those do not work. If you're drinking enough water, your urine is going to be diluted. I gotta get a different spoon. So don't waste your money on the pea strips. I bought a blood ketone meter online for $50. And, you know, it's going to last me a long time. I just have to buy the testing. See, if you do put the cream cheese frosting on there a little bit too soon, but the whole idea to roll it up, you want it slightly warm. But just make sure you spread that cream cheese. Again, you want to make sure that's completely even. But your cream cheese mixture will start to melt if your batter or your cake is a little bit too warm. But that's okay. I'm working with it. It'll freeze up in the refrigerator because we're gonna stick this in the refrigerator for like an hour. Or if you want to cut it right away, you know what? Go for it. It's fine. I did that the first time because I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait an hour in the refrigerator. I had to have some right away. So yeah, if you're doing the keto diet, you know, you just have to be pretty diligent about, you know, watching your macros. It's all about watching your numbers. It's about setting your macro numbers to the proper percentages to a specific calorie amount. So you choose a calorie amount, and then you divide your macros, your fats, your proteins, your carbs, 75, 25%. And then if you eat exactly those macros, it will equal exactly those calories. So if you don't eat exactly those macros for the calorie amount that you set, your percentages will be off and you'll go stalled. So it's very important to set your macros to the proper percentages. And you don't want to set them too low because most of your calories are going to come from fat. So added fat. So you're going to add the olive oil and the coconut oil and the MCT oil to when you're cooking. So when you add those added fat, you're not actually eating all of that food. You're just supplying your body with a fuel source with extra fat, if that makes sense. So, you know, a lot of people get freaked out. It's scary that you're eating so much fat, but I lost 90 pounds in 10 and a half months, diligently tracking my macros. I continue to eat this lifestyle. I continue to track. I have slacked off on my tracking a little bit, but I'm going to get right back onto my tracking. And I'm just going to hanker down and I'm going to pay that premium price of MyFitnessPal. That's my favorite tracking device. I like MyFitnessPal. I can't get into Carb Manager. There's too many things on there that aren't right on Carb Manager. MyFitnessPal is almost accurate with all my food entries. So anything that I look up, that's usually already in there. So, and if the premium price is $80 for the whole year, I get to unlock my macros. I get to set my macros at the top of my page. And they kick you a 40% coupon to Under Armour like all the time. As long as you're tracking every day, MyFitnessPal will throw you a 40% off coupon to Under Armour. So you can go buy a pair of shoes and save $40 if they're $100, right? All right, so there we go. Spread that cream cheese frosting on that chocolate cake, and then you're just gonna take your parchment paper and lift that chocolate. Let's start from this end because that end's a little thin. So if you get it too thin in spots, it will rip. So you're just gonna lift it off that parchment paper. And again, you want to be careful when you're rolling because it does break, but the cooler it will get, it will break. So that's why you want it slightly warmed, and then you just want to roll it very carefully, and it will split, but that's okay. That is just fine. Don't flip out. It's not ruined. It's not ruined whatsoever. And then that's your chocolate roll cake right there, just like that. And what I do is now I take it from the other end and then I roll it because it's already on my parchment paper, and I'm gonna stick it right in the refrigerator just like that. So, and then it's gonna go right into the refrigerator, and be delicate with it because it's soft. So you wanna be delicate with it, and I'm gonna show you the finished product in a second because I made one. You know I made one. This is the third one I made, you guys. Okay, so it goes in the refrigerator so that cream cheese, that butter frosting can harden up. So this is the finished product right here. I've already sliced it, and yes, I've already eaten a couple slices because, again, I like my sweet treat, but here we go. I sliced it up already, and there is your chocolate roll cake. So that's what it looks like. So that's about how thin I sliced mine. Again, you can make them thicker slices, but again, this whole cake is going to come in at about 323 grams of fat, 34 grams of carbs, and 66 protein grams. So once you divide all of those numbers into how many slices you got, and I got 21, it is roughly about 15 grams of fat, 15 grams of fat per slice, and 1.6 carbs, and about 4 to 5 protein grams. So it's your perfect combination for 75, 20%, 5%. So this is a sweet treat. This isn't something that you want to have 5 or 6 slices. If you can't control yourself, I wouldn't advise making it because it's absolutely delicious. And then, if you're having So if you're having a party, I mean, it's great. You can make this up. Oh, I gotta get a knife. I gotta get a knife because it sticks together. Let me get the big daddy knife. Woo! So I sliced it early, but you wanna if it's sticking together. So if you're having a party, it's gonna be a great thing to have. You can stick out, and especially if you got keto friends, and your non-keto friends will love it too. It's not gonna hurt them at all. It's no different than real chocolate cake. That's just as bad, but and that's exactly what it looks like. Chocolate roll cake. Super duper easy, you guys. Super delicious, super easy, high in fat, great fat bomb treat. And that's it. That's what I got for you. That's all I got for you on a Saturday night. Yes, I will definitely write the recipe. You come right on over, Frasia. Come right on over. This is the 3rd time that I've made this damn cake because I skipped a couple meals just so I could have a couple extra pieces. And I don't always indulge in the sweet treats, but every now and then I do. But it's easy to make up and leave in your refrigerator. And you could probably even put it in the freezer. It'd probably be good in the freezer too. So you could keep them in a bowl in the freezer, and then every once in a while pull out your little roll cake. Roll out. That's what I was saying. Roll out. Roll it up, guys. Roll it up. So super easy. Yeah, I'll write the recipe down for you guys. I've already got it written down here. I figured out the fat grams, and the fat grams, I was like, holy shit. But again, I'm not eating the whole cake. I'm eating like a 2 slices a day, maybe, because I eat 130 grams of fat every day. So I get 130 grams of fat, at least 130 grams of fat, and about 88 protein grams and 20 carbs or less. That's how I eat every single day. So it's the only way that I've been able to keep off weight and not gain. Now, if I'm not getting all my numbers in, all my macros exactly, then things start happening to my body. So I'm going to get real serious here real quick because I just don't want to end up like I was before, which was, 5-6 months down the road, I'm 50-60 pounds heavier because I can't stay out of McDonald's and French fries and all that good stuff. So this is the way I gotta eat. This is the way I've chosen. All right, how many calories per piece? If you're tracking macros, you don't count your calories. So if it had 15 grams of fat, there's 9 calories in a fat gram. So 15 times 9, there's your fat calories. There's 4 calories in 1 gram of carb. If there's 1.6 grams of carbs, then you times 1.6 times 4. There are 4 calories in a protein gram. So if there's 4 grams of protein, then you would times 4 times 4. That is 16. So 9 calories in 1 fat gram. There's 4 calories in 1 carb gram. There's 4 calories in 1 protein gram. So that's how you get it. When you look at that protein number and it says 6 times 4 is 24. 24 of the calories from that specific item is going to be, that's the calorie amount that's coming from protein. If there's 10 grams of fat, there's 9 calories and 1 gram of fat. There's 10 grams of fat. 9 times 10 is 90. 90 calories is coming from fat from that specific product. So that's how you figure out how many calories. So when you're on the ketogenic, we don't track the calories because the macros are set exactly for a specific calorie amount. So mine is 1,700. So if I exactly eat the macros that I set for 1,700 and I eat exactly those macros, I'm going to be eating 1,700. So I don't need to count 1,700. I just need to make sure that those macros are 75% fats, 20% proteins, 5% carbs. So I don't do the calories. I do macros. I do the macros. So that's why it's so important. The macros and the calories are the same thing. All the macros are the percentages of fats, proteins, and carbs that you are getting from that specific calorie amount. That's all it is. And you eat the macros, it equals the calorie amount. So if you don't eat those specific macros set for that specific calorie amount, then it won't equal that specific calorie amount. So the whole idea is to set your calories and to follow those macros. Otherwise, if you're not eating enough, then it'll throw your percentages off. So you always have to set them exactly to the caloric amount in order to get that calorie amount. So no counting calories. The macros are going to get you your calorie amount. And you want your calories a little bit higher. You do not want to eat 1,200 calories on the ketogenic lifestyle because you're going to be literally only eating about 800 calories from food because the rest of it's going to come from fat. So you want your calories a little bit higher because you're going to be intaking a little bit more fat. You're going to be adding butter. You're going to be adding coconut oil. You're going to be adding olive oil, avocado oil. You're going to get your fats from your fish, from your avocados, from nuts. So it's not just all saturated fat that you're getting your fats from. You're getting your fats from healthy sources as well. So that's what the ketogenic lifestyle. So even though I'm a dirty keto eater, I do, because I fit whatever I can fit into my macros. So if I know a serving of tortilla chips has 15 carbs in it, I'll make sure I go carb free all day long so I can get my tortilla chips. So not everybody does that. So that's what a dirty keto eater does. So it's basically I have $20 to spend today on carbs. Where am I going to spend my $20? So I get creative as I can to get the foods that I want. So even if it was a potato, you can even do that. But a potato has, for a serving of potatoes, it's like 22 carbs. So clearly I wouldn't have a serving of potatoes. But if I wanted to have a potato, I would probably weigh it out, measure it, and have like a quarter of a portion if I wanted to. But I don't have potatoes. I don't even care about potatoes. I got celery root and rutabaga. That is just as good. You can make french fries out of that. But yeah, let me see. Happy Saturday night, Penny Joe. How are you doing? You're welcome. See you next time. Yeah, so I'm going to get off. I haven't even had dinner yet, and I'm not even going to eat this cake. I promise I'm not going to eat this cake. I've had enough of it. Had enough of it. So till next time, you guys, I'm going to grab a late night snack, and then I have to work tomorrow morning, so I've went back to my massage job on Monday. Thanks to Gretch Wilson, or Whitmore, whatever her name is. She released us to go back to work, so I'm trying to get all my clients in, so I am working tomorrow. I'll be working really busy for the next 3 weeks, so I'm having late night dinners. That's what I'm doing. I worked all day today, and working tomorrow, and I'm working the next day, and next day, and next day, and so on and so forth. But that's life, right? If you want it, you got to go get it. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you guys soon. I will write this recipe down, and hopefully you guys will make it and try it too, because it's super duper 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 delicious. Bye. Have a great night, guys. Bye.